πως η εικόνα τα λέει όλα από μόνη της. Βρισκόμαστε στο θρησκευτικό κέντρο της Φλωρεντίας, στην πασίγνωστη Piazza del Duomo. Εδώ βρίσκεται ένας από τους 4 μεγαλύτερους καθεδρικούς ναούς στην Ευρώπη και ονομάζεται Santa Maria del Fiore, που σημαίνει η Παναγία των Λουλουδιών, και όπως θα δείτε εξωτερικά την κοσμούν πάρα πολλά λουλούδια. Περιμένοντας την ουρά, εκμεταλλευτείτε το χρόνο πραγματικά για να θαυμάσετε την αρχιτεκτονική του ναού, που όπως βλέπετε χαρακτηριστικό του είναι τα 3 διαφορετικά μάρμαρα Τοσκάνης: το λευκό, το πράσινο και το ροζ. Έχω κοντά μου τον κύριο Τίμωθη Βέρντομ, ο οποίος είναι ιστορικός τέχνης και διευθυντής του μουσείου. Καλημέρα σας, buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Ποια χρονολογία κατασκευάστηκε ο ναός και πότε ολοκληρώθηκε, αν έχει ολοκληρωθεί, γιατί είδα κάποια σημεία εξωτερικά που δεν έχουν ολοκληρωθεί.
This cathedral, which is called Santa Maria del Fiore, is the second Florentine cathedral, and it was begun in its present form in the year 1296. It was structurally finished in 1436, when the enormous cupola or dome was completed. But then other work continued through the 16th and 17th centuries, and when visitors look at the outside of the cathedral, they see that part of the drum of the dome has not been covered with marble decoration, so we can say it remains to be finished.
Και αν ήταν έτσι το σχέδιο της εκκλησίας να μην έχει τοποθετηθεί μάρμαρο σε αυτά τα σημεία, μπορούμε να το γνωρίζουμε αυτό?
The architect of the dome, Filippo Brunelleschi, left a project which, however, apparently was lost. And so, in fact, they organized a number of competitions in the early 16th century to try to solve this problem, but they never agreed. They decided to try one of the projects, and if you walk around the back of the cathedral, specifically on the southeastern side of the octagonal drum of the dome, you see that there it has been completed. But when they completed that, they looked at it, and a famous artist, Michelangelo, said he didn't like it. He said it was much too delicate for the enormous size of the dome, and so they did nothing else. They have, to this day, done nothing else.
Αυτό είναι το πρώτο μηχανικό ρολόι που έχει τοποθετηθεί σε εκκλησία και δεν δείχνει την ώρα, αλλά την ώρα της δύσης του ηλίου. Πόσοι αρχιτέκτονες ήταν μόνο ένας?
The beginning of the new cathedral was done by an architect and sculptor named Arnolfo di Cambio, who died very early in the process. Then the famous Florentine painter Giotto was called to design the bell tower. He died before it was completed. Another artist, Andrea Pisano, was called in. He did some of the work. They didn't like it. They sent him away. And Talenti finished the bell tower and was given the task of finishing the nave of the cathedral. But after his death, the dome was built by Filippo Brunelleschi. So, as is almost always the case in old churches that took here almost 130 years to build, many different architects succeeded each other.
Το πανύψηλο καμπαναριό της εκκλησίας τραβάει τα βλέμματα όλων των επισκεπτών. Αγγίζει τα 82 μέτρα, έχει κατασκευαστεί από το Giotto και για να φτάσει κανείς στην κορυφή πρέπει να ανέβει πάνω από 400 σκαλοπάτια. Περίπου πόσους κόσμος την επισκέπτεται καθημερινά?
In a high tourist season, in the summer, as many as 10 or 15,000 people a day enter the church. In winter, many fewer. But in the course of a year, a couple of million people visit the cathedral.
Γιατί επέλεξαν το συγκεκριμένο σημείο της πόλης?
This is where, in the early Christian period, an important church was built. When they decided to build the new cathedral in 1296, they wanted to use the same space as the old one. In Europe, at the end of the Middle Ages, most important churches were dedicated to Mary. Why Santa Maria del Fiore? The medieval name of Florence was not Firenze, as in modern Italian, but it was a form of Firenze, much closer to the Latin original. The Latin name, because this was a Roman city, was Florentia. Florentia means a flowering place, a place of flowers. It was like saying Our Lady of Florence. And that is probably the real reason. Then the documents add a theological motivation. And they say, a document of the early 15th century says, Santa Maria del Fiore, because Christ is the flower of our redemption, and he is born from the warm earth of Mary's womb.
Βλέπω τον τρούλο, ο οποίος είναι ένα αριστούργημα. Ακούγεται ότι είχαν φτιάξει ένα μαγειρίο στο οποίο τρώγαν οι εργάτες προκειμένου να μην κατεβαίνουν κάτω για να την τελειώσουν γρηγορότερα. Ισχύει κάτι τέτοιο?
Vasari, the 16th century biographer of Brunelleschi, who is the architect of the dome, tells us that as the dome reached completion and therefore got higher and higher, it took the workmen very long to come down at midday to have their lunch and then to go up again. And so to save time, Brunelleschi organized a kitchen in the sky. You must imagine that there was a very big scaffolding which was suspended from the rising structure of the dome. And the scaffolding had 10 to 15 meters on every side. There was a hole in the middle where a great crane could lift material. And Brunelleschi up there on this vast platform created a kitchen, and Vasari says they served hot meals and good wine. So I hope they did not drink too much good wine up on the scaffolding. The dome itself, the curved part at its apex, is 90 meters from the pavement. On top of that, an additional 18 meters. So you have 108 meters or so, yes.
Σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Στο επανειδήν.
All the best to you too. Thank you.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.